my story. I had a lot of past that could also encourage others and inspire others. First, I'll have to start from my struggles of life. It has never been easy. I pray I could talk. There has never been anything I do that comes so easy. There has been a lot of challenges from my academics. After my secondary school, I struggled so hard to get admission into the university, but it has never been easy. I wrote exams, though my results were good, but I wanted to study pharmacy, so I kept writing exams to make up my chemistry and physics. It took me 4 good years before I could make my results. Then the very year I took JAMB, that was the year they started pursuing me. I said, God, why? I was not aware of the pursuing me. I didn't know. I only went to Unilag to check if the list for admission is out. I was told that tomorrow, I think that same day, okay, they said tomorrow is the day for the post-UME exam. I felt so bad because I wasn't ready for it. I went back home. I paid for the exam. Then the next day, I came for the exam. I never knew I was to come with my detachable JAMB sleeve. I left it at home. It was time to start the exam. They refused me from entering the exam hall because I wasn't having my detachable JAMB sleeve. So I kept calling my sister because she is a student of Unilag then, but she wasn't picking her call. Imagine the distance from Ikeja to Unilag, to Yaba. How would I make it? Exam has started. I cried. I was begging for the chance to write the exam. Then my sister later picked. She was coming to school, but she went back home to bring the detachable sleeve. So she later came, but then it was already late. I have only 10 minutes left. I quickly rushed. I glanced through my biology. I wrote biology, at least I'm good in biology. I did the biology part, I didn't finish. I entered chemistry, then English. I couldn't do much. They said we should submit our paper. Then the cut-off mark was 35. I scored 30. That was how I lost the admission. And what I scored in my JAMB was 264. Yet, no admission. The next year, I returned back to I took another JAMB. I scored 260. Yet, the schools I put for admission, I didn't even know when they started admission. I went to University of Ibadan. They told us that they would call us, that they are not writing post-UME. I waited, nothing. I went to UNAV. Then when I got there, I wanted to do pre-science because I was tired. I don't want to stay at home again. I paid huge sum of money. Somebody called me from the east and said there was a private university that was opened, which was in affiliation with one university, I think Atlantic International University in the US. I researched, it was indeed true, but I never knew it was not authentic. I left my pre-science. I said, instead of doing pre-science and after 1 year, I will start again, let me just switch to the private university. I went there. We paid huge amounts of money. We kept schooling. Then After 4 years, they told us to pay money for youth service, that the school is no longer in affiliation with the school they told us. Now that the school is in affiliation with another Nigerian university. At this point, I cannot go back, I cannot go front. 4 years, a wasted 4 years with a huge amount of money and stress. At the end of the day, they issue us a certificate, statement of results. But do you know what? People sees me as a graduate then, but I cannot boldly stand to further my education, to do my masters. I got a lot of job opportunities, but my certificate is not authentic, because when I requested for the original certificate, that was when I knew that the certificate they issued us was fake. 4 years was wasted. What do I do? The only option I had was to resort to doing private works that couldn't warrant them asking me about the original certificate. I got so many opportunities that I lost because I don't have an authentic certificate to offer. At this point, I was already married. I said, how do I start my life? People see me as a graduate, yet when opportunity comes as a graduate, I can't start it. I can't stand it. I went back to school again. At this point, I went to National Open University, Lagos Island here. I started again. Now with giving birth to children, facing family challenges, and a lot. And I was also working. It has not been easy. I started this school 2014. I was supposed to graduate 2018. But because of challenges of childbirth and some financial challenges as well, it took me last year to get my certificate. How many years? It was that last year that I was bold enough to call myself a graduate. This 8 years is enough for me to gain my master's, PhD, and everything I want. But then, I still see it as no knowledge is a waste. Because that 4 years, I put in all efforts that I could to study. But then, it didn't pay me well. Fast forward to 2021. That was when, I wouldn't say, before then, when I got married, my husband was living with a lot of people that he accommodated in his house. Even some married people that had accommodation problem. When I moved in after my marriage, it was Fuji House of Commotion. As a young girl, I started taking care of a lot and a lot of people in the house, yet there is no peace. I kept doing my best. I was working, supporting my husband. Then after that, our landlord issued us split notice. He said he wants to use the house for something else. So we have to move out to another place. We told them to look for another apartment because at this point I'm fed up and I'm tired. The expenses was too much. So we told them to look for another apartment. I was happy that at least I would spend time with my husband alone. I thought that was the end. At this point, I lost my eldest sister, whom I love so much. She has 5 children. And in their family, the uncles are bad. The man is the only one who has upper hand in their family financially. There is no one to take care of those kids. This is somebody that was looking for 2-bedroom apartments just to relax my head. I started looking for 3-bedroom now again. Then when I got the 3-bedroom, I picked all of them, 5 of them again in my house. Thank God for my husband who understands and loves and cares. Then at that point, the last born was in JSS1. I started taking care of them. Then I still have a particular friend of my husband who stays in abroad. He brought in a girl that he wants to marry. Told my husband that the girl should stay with us, and the girl was staying with us. Then while the guy was out there, he got issue over there and he was jailed. Then while he was working, he was sending some little amounts of money to my husband here in Nigeria. He was saving it for him. This same girl happens to be my best friend. So the guy sends some money to her. But what would she do? If the guy sends anything to Nigeria, she would rather hide them inside the room, lock it up there, instead of her to support the family. Then the husband was later deported. When he was deported, he came back to the same house. My husband gave him the money that he saved for him. That was the money he used to do the traditional marriage and the white wedding. Both of them were still in my house. In that my house, they gave birth to their first child. The mother came from Mogo, right in the same house. I'm talking about a story of betrayal as well, in this aspect. The mom came from Mogo, even her own sister. She brought one of her sisters to stay in the same house. We accommodated them. One other man had accommodation problem. We also brought him in. I was feeding a lot of people. The burden was not easy. But then, I cannot face seeing that, I cannot say no to them, knowing they have nowhere to go to. But the worst aspect of it is this. This guy later traveled back again from my house. The wife was still living with us. Then, when the guy started making it over there, he sent money for the wife. She moved out of my house. The next thing, I saw the girl. They were doing well furnished house. At this point, my husband had issue because he's a clearing agent. He lost everything he has. When I mean everything he has. One day, he was driving out with my car. I asked him, because he was the one that bought it for me. Where are you going? This one you are moving out with car today. You don't usually go to work with your car. He said that I should put down, no problem. That I just feel like going out to go with it. He came back, he did not return with the car. I asked him where is the car. He didn't tell me, he was just crying. So later, he was forced to tell me that it was one of the agents, it was one of the customers, the importers, that he cleared their goods. It was only 200,000 remaining for him to do a particular thing. He has exhausted all he has. There was a particular law that the custom people put, then they brought a particular law then, so it affected those goods. Meanwhile, before then, the person has already paid him. So he has no option now Of course, once they have paid you, they wouldn't listen anymore. So he has to give this man my car just because of 200,000. He told him that, okay, after this, maybe if we keep working, from there you collect your money and I will collect my car back. Then after that, the man stopped giving him work. Everywhere ceased, as if they removed it somewhere. Everywhere ceased. Nothing is coming up again. At this point, I was pregnant. I was still teaching. I have a YouTube channel. But then, my YouTube channel got striked and was demonetized. Everywhere was locked up. That was where my major pains of life started. It seems as if life has crumbled. Nothing is coming up. Paying house rent was a problem. Feeding the entire family was a problem. Of course, at this period, I still have my eldest children, my sister's children, 5 of them living with me, and they are also going to school with my own children. It got to a point. I was doing so many things. I do online businesses. I sell lands. I do content. I also teach, and even with the pregnancy, I was still doing everything just to make sure that I'm sustaining the family. There was a time that for a whole 1 month, there is nothing like using red meat to cook in my house. We got used to eating pomo. It's funny to me now. But then, one major gift that God gave to me is being courageous. That no matter what I was passing through then, you will never dictate from my appearance that I was passing through anything. Everything crumbled. Life was... The worst aspect of it is that you can't even see help from anybody. All the people that have rendered help to, everybody deserted. Even this his so-called friend stopped calling. He also came back. He bought a car. He came back to Nigeria. Do you know that this my nephew was going to school one day? He asked this man. He met the man driving out. It was raining that day. He wanted to enter his car. He said that he's going to dirty the car for him. Meanwhile, this was the same person that when he was deported the first time, my husband gave him our car. He uses the car anytime he wants. Even while the wife was pregnant. But this time around, just for my little nephew to enter his car to go to school, he said he would dirty the car for him. I was pained. The boy came back. I told him, I'll use this money, enter bike. You're already late to school. This man never cares again. This was the same person we harbored in the house with the wife. For how many years? Not less than 7 good years. But when things turned very well for them, they forgot everything that we've done. I struggled so hard. At a point, I traveled to Cotonou. I started selling Okreka, even as a graduate. When I got to the place, people would tell me, this place does not fit you. You are too gentle to be here. You know Okreka people, those people that stays in PRT, they are so lousy. They talk anyhow. You collect a lot of insults. Sometimes I cry. I cry so hard. But after crying, when I come out, I pretend as if all is well. I was owing a lot of people. Not like I was borrowing money from people, no. But there are some money that was kept in my custody. I have to make use of them in some certain things. Then, but one thing I told myself was that I would never stop. I will keep hustling because I know that one day everything will be fine. I started creating content, keep doing what I was doing. By the end of the day, even after the whole struggles, no views, very low views. In as much as I struggle to get the data that I'm using, but yet. But one thing I told myself is, I know I have a brighter future, and I must get to where I was going to one day. I went into movie, all for me to make it in life. I shot one movie. The next time I shot again was after 2 years. Not, in fact, my life was just shattered. I became so confused, I don't know what to do again. Having a lot of responsibilities and burden on your head, yet you don't know what to do. At a point, my husband was struck with stroke. I was pregnant when that thing happened. When I looked at him, I cried every day. I said, God, where is the handsome man you gave to me? But it's a testimony. If you see him now, you will never knew that he suffered stroke. There was no trace of that. Not even a single trace. Life has never been easy. Like I said, there has never been anything I do that comes easy. But today, I would say that things changed. Because now I earn more and my family no longer live. Maybe, let's say we are eating today, we are thinking of what we eat tomorrow. You know what it means? You are eating morning food and you are thinking of what to eat in the afternoon. You don't even have hope of that. You check your account balance, it's zero. Have you ever seen your account balance red? Nothing. You have different bank accounts, but there is no money. Yet you have children to feed. You don't even know where to get money to feed them. Sometimes I will call my sister, tears will not even allow me to talk. The worst thing that will happen to you in this life is having people to take care of or having children, but you don't even know how to feed them. If you are standing alone, you can bear the pain, nobody will know. But you see those little children, I'm hungry, yet no food to give to them. That's the worst experience that life will throw at you. Not like you started that way, but life met you that way. That's why my journey of life has taught me something so far. In as much as I was betrayed by people I helped in the past, it doesn't stop me from doing good. One thing I learned in life is to be nice to everyone that comes my path. Because I believe that even if you help 100 people, even if 10 or 90 doesn't recognize it, 1 or 2 must recognize it. And God will also pay you for it in one way or the other. I've done good to so many people, but all I got is negative show. It was not easy. I'm encouraging every one of us to always be nice to people, no matter what it is. Do not see yourself that you have arrived. The person moving with car tomorrow could be moving with leg tomorrow. There was one day I was walking on the road. I was trekking. I do not have money to enter transport that day. Rain was drizzling a bit. I was going to church with my children. I was crying walking on the road. I said, God, why? I looked at so many, I just remembered my friends. I said, all my friends are doing good. Why is it only me? I said, look at people living a good life. Why is my own like this? I was once moving with a car. Look at me moving on barefoot. Rain was drizzling on me and my children because I have no money to enter transport. How much is this transport? 200 naira transport that could just take like 4 seats. I was crying. I was talking and be crying. I was walking on the road. I was telling my children. I said, why should life be unfair to good people? I started asking myself, all the good and holy girl I did before I got married, where is it? I remember so many of my friends who lived a wayward life. But they were living good and fine in their husband's house. I now look at myself, I said, I got married at the age of 26 and I got married as a virgin. But why is life so unfair? Even after my university days, I went to university, graduated as a virgin. But then, life does not smile as me. But one thing I want us to learn is this. Do not treat anyone bad. When you talk, when you react, when you act, be mindful of the things you do. You don't know who is watching you anywhere. Even as we are seated here, tomorrow you don't know who will be the next president among us. Let's assume while you are here with the person, you treated the person bad. Will you have that boldness to tell the person, please, can you do this for me? You might get to the airport. It could be that you have encountered a very serious problem. It could be one of us here that will set you free from there. I've learned so far in my life. I'm here. Is a friend that is handling everything for me. In as much as other people treated you bad, God will raise somebody from somewhere else that will treat you good. Even if you did not get reward from those people you did good for, God must surely reward you in one way or the other. Look at me here today. I never knew I would be here. When I saw the advert, I thought it was just a normal audition. I reluctantly applied. When I look at the votes, when the voting started, I just looked at it, I was like, can I continue? Who and who will support me in this? But I'm surprised. One thing I believe in this world is this. When God has decided to bless you, when God has decided to uplift you, He could also cry several times. I cried. But my pains has strengthened me and made me a strong woman that I am today. I am strong and stronger than my age mates. So, thank God I was able to talk.
You're welcome.
This junction, that is stop here.
Thank you.
Thank you, King Makeable. For sure, one of the deepest parts of your life history. I hope that every good and perfect gift that you all craved for come into your life. Indeed, you are strong and a brave woman. Anyone else but enough. The chair is waiting for you.
Marshal, please permission to take off my tag. I want to hold it in my hand.
Granted.
Good evening, housemates. I know that you people have been wondering maybe this name. It does not fit, or maybe fit who is wearing it. Papa Lolo. Yeah. And I told myself that one day I would tell a story about this name. I even made a post about it before coming here. Okay, it all started. Do you know what is Papa? Who doesn't know what is Papa Lolo here? Papa Lolo is